Yeah, everybody, I got some words for you in Syracuse, New York, as far as weather-wise. It is fucking cold! Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, at the time of this recording, my hands are fucking frozen. I'm indoors. I'm not joking. Yes, I'm on sort of coffee too, by the way. You can fucking probably tell at the top of this segment. What is going on? Well, unless it's not cold, though. It's just WrestleMania Night 2 for 42, man. So this was freaking hot as fuck, man. This show was freaking great. Much better than Night 1 for sure, man. Anyways, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show, which is WWE WrestleMania 42 Night 2 review on this podcast. Like I said, Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show. For anything, though, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Lucas E. Allen 1018. Listen to today's podcast on YouTube. Hit the like button to today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button, you've done so already. Turn on the bell for your post notifications up on this very YouTube channel. And always, feel free to leave a comment thinking my WWE WrestleMania 42 Night 2 review on this podcast. Watch on Spotify, do the same thing. Hit the like button, or not the like button, but hit the follow button. Also, and hit the comment button. You can comment anything you want, as long as it's appropriate. And also hit the 5-star rating. Be very nice as well, to say at least. So I get started with this amazing show. This is not even close. This is what I feel like WrestleMania should be, man. This is the Night 2 for WrestleMania 42. Blows away Night 1 times a million. It ain't particularly even close. Night 1 sucked. Night 2 was freaking great. Let's discuss it all. I'm starting right now, man. Start with the big freaking kickoff to the show. Two big-time athletes going at it, to say the least. I'm going to say meaty men, but I'm not the type of person at all, but still. Obafemi starts off WrestleMania 42 for night number 2 by defeating Brock Lesnar to start the event. This, my friends, is an A+. This gets an A fucking plus, bro. This is the absolute perfect way to elevate Obafemi to the next level. Literally, he was no selling Brock Lesnar the whole freaking match. And I loved it. Usually I don't like this type of shit. But this is the way to elevate Obafemi. This is the perfect way to elevate Obafemi to the next level. They already did their job with the feud to begin with. And they obviously went full for on the right outcome times a million. This man was freaking elevated next level with Brock Lesnar. Gotta get Brock that. And also, after the match, Brock Lesnar teased their retirement, which we'll discuss in a minute. Let's discuss this Obafemi match. This match was freaking very... It wasn't like a 5-star classic, Meltzer's banger classic. But might be the greatest on star ratings, spoiler, but at least they did the phenomenal thing of elevating Obafemi to the next level by Brock Lesnar. This is the perfect way to elevate Oba on his first WrestleMania. This was pretty freaking great. It didn't have to be like a 20-minute classic banger match. You would not really expect from these two, but still. It was not supposed to be that way. We all knew that from the IWC. But this is the absolute perfect fucking way. This is Brock Lesnar's last match. A great match you went out. A very great thing elevating Obafemi to the next level. It is his last match. I don't think it's his last match. But this was a star has been fucking put on notice by Obafemi. This was fucking phenomenal. I can't complain anything. The only thing I complain about it is maybe let me 3 to 4 minutes longer. Yes, I would say so. But then again, it didn't need that, honestly, to a point. It didn't need that at all. Especially night 2 off road at the dog shit night 1 event. You only put some sort of effort in this matches, but then again, this would need to happen. It's Obafemi literally destroying Brock Lesnar. Brock got his offense, like German suplexes, suplex city bitches, you name it. You got enough 5 involved, but ultimately, one fall from grace put away Brock Lesnar. I was kind of stunned by that too. But hey, this was perfect. This is the perfect way to elevate Obafemi in his first WrestleMania. This is the absolute perfect way to elevate Obafemi. I can't complain anything about this. Besides, the 3 to 4 minutes add-on to the afterward match, but still. A+. There's nothing to complain about. Barely, there's like one minor complaint. It's not even that major to begin with. This was fucking phenomenal. This is how you make a star, people. This is how you make a star in Obafemi. What a freaking great this collision course. That's what it was. A+. And by the way, speaking of Brock Lesnar, after the match, Brock Lesnar took off his boots and I think his gloves also, and teased a retirement. Do I think he's retired? I don't think he's retired. Could he be gone on lead of notice until his final match? So I think he happening, yes. But I just can't see Minneapolis U.S. Banks team home to Minnesota Vikings take place for SummerSlam this year and him not being on the card. I just can't see him not being on the card. For that to be his final match. True final match. I guess we'll wait and find out then. And I think that it's going to be Gunther, obviously. It's going to be Gunther retiring Brock Lesnar for good. And I think, obviously, Paul Heyman backstage, he was talking to Gunther. Obviously, it was his favor that Heyman's been given by Gunther. But, another favor given by Paul Heyman. Gunther better watch his back, honestly. But still, kayfabe-wise. But I think Brock's going to have one more match at SummerSlam and use his hometown, is Minneapolis, Minnesota. And that's where he'll lose against Gunther. And that's going to be his retirement match. I don't see it being against Obafemi, much I would like to have been Obafemi. I just don't see it being the case. I don't see it being the case at all. So ain't final nothing. Maybe I'm just bullshitting for the sake of bullshit. But then again, Gunther talked to Paul Heyman backstage after this match. So I guess we'll wait and find out what that to say at least, though. But this match did what it was absolutely needed to do is elevate Obafemi to the umpteenth next level, bro. This man could be world champion by next Premium Live. He could be world champion by tonight or from episode of Raw. I want to put a past Triple H to put his title on Obafemi. I want to pass him. I don't think it should yet until a minimum Backlash. But then, I don't wait until SummerSlam to get this title. Oh, this man seriously win King of the Ring. I'd rather this man win King of the Ring. And then he put the title on Obafemi. SummerSlam, I don't know, man. We ain't found out that to say at least, though. But this was it did what it's needed to do. And it did what it needed to do is elevate Obafemi's next. So A+ is your fucking great. And I love this match. For what it was supposed to be. Phenomenal stuff. A+ is to start the show. Already better off than night one already. Just one match in. Simplistic as that. Going on to Penta. The reign defending WWE Men's Intercontinental Champion. Defeats Siobhan, Evans, Rusev, JD McDonough, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee in a ladder match to retain the WWE Men's Intercontinental Championship. This was freaking a car crash. This was a fucking car crash, bro. I mean, damn. The ladder match. Last year, didn't have a ladder match at all. We dominated with the WWE Men's Tag Team titles on SmackDown with the Street Profits involved. But hey, that was also on SmackDown, a TLC match against the DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. That was freaking great, too. I think, the SmackDown of WrestleMania 41? I think so, honestly. But this ladder match was a banger. As you can tell, 6 good, great pro wrestlers, you can't complain about that. The weakest in this match probably was Rusev, honestly. It doesn't mean it was a bad match, either. Definitely not a bad match. This gets an A-. A- to grade this ladder match. This was freaking a car fucking crash, bro. A car crash. And I loved it. I loved every second of this shit. A- is your grade, man. Nothing else but just a banger classic between 6 good, great pro wrestlers for the Men's Intercontinental Championship. A- is your grade. Trick Williams. Elephant in the room. Is there a double turn with Sami Zayn and Trick Williams on the show? I don't think there was, honestly, tonight. I don't think it was at all. But hey, did what it needed to do. Have Trick Williams win the United States Championship. That's what happened here. Trick Williams defeats Sami Zayn to win the WWE Men's United States Championship. And a very solid match to get a B+. Not as good as the past two matches, what they did with Oba and Brock, and also a car crash ladder match there. But hey, this gets it better than most of the things of night one. And by the way, Sami Zayn came out to a lot of boos. I was like, yo, boy, oh boy. That man came out to some boos. And the way finally it was the DVD returns on, if he does their double turn on SmackDown or the following SmackDown, we don't know. We shall wait and find out. But this gets a B+, a very good match, honestly, for the Men's United States Championship. Do I rather Carmelo Hayes being involved with this too? Do I think we still can accomplish with Carmelo Hayes as a champion with this? Absolutely. But I think they're at least going to do Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams going to be after WrestleMania, the program for the Men's United States title. That could be the case. But I don't know, I didn't find out done to say at least. This gets a B+, a very solid Men's United States Championship match for sure in WrestleMania. Moving on, it's probably the worst match up to this point. Doesn't mean it's a bad match though. And this is probably the aura of our Demon Finn Balor. Defeats Dominic Mysterio. His losing streak is now done. Demon Finn Balor for the last two WrestleManias. Well, it's not two WrestleManias. He lost against Edge in one of the most terrible creative decisions. And Hell in a Cell WrestleMania 39. Then he lost a match previous against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship Extreme Rules, like, what, 2021? Something like that? 2022? But this match was freaking good. This was a very good match. Not long than the other two matches of the past. And the United States title is not that long either. But they would need to accomplish the one thing needed to do is finally end the losing efforts of Demon Finn Balor. He would have lost his match as Finn Balor, his Demon. And his career is definitely more cooked at this rate then. If he would have lost this match, his career might have been done. Maybe not done, but at least it's like you can't beat Dominic Mysterio as the fucking Demon Finn. That's not going to be a good look on his record books. Be worse than Hell in a Cell against Edge, for sure. By far worse. But this is what I needed to get Demon Finn Balor the win, honestly. Now, I don't like that for that sake of that B here. Worst grade up to this point doesn't mean it's bad. B is not a bad grade, people. It's just what we got in the show was kind of like a shite spiel, honestly, to a point. This gets to be a very solid match on this show, though. Moving on to Rhea Ripley. She defeats Jade Cargill to win the WWE Women's Championship. Man, those Jade Cargill haters out there. Alright, they're real silent this morning, people. This afternoon, sailors, they're real fucking silence. It's like, it's as silent as a freaking funeral home, man. It is that quiet right now for the Jade Cargill haters out there. But she did her thing in this match. And again, Rhea Ripley is a great pro wrestler, obviously. She elevates a lot of women, especially on WrestleMania. I'll definitely give Rhea that. Hey, you know me, I've been enjoying, this feud has been ass. The feud has been ass for most. There's like no story says other than, I'm that bitch and mommy is always on top shit. Like, who the fuck cares? We understood that. You need to tell us in a freaking feud like this. Do I think this could have been Jay losing the championship because Bianca Belair got pregnant? We know about on the night before on WrestleMania 42 Night 1. I definitely think that's the case. Also, otherwise, Jade Cargill would have won this match. And I don't think they're going to wait until Bianca eventually came back. Because this is before the pregnancy announcement. They're just waiting when Bianca was going to come back. And then we get Bianca and Jay probably like at SummerSlam, something like that, one of these big shows coming up. But the SummerSlam at the latest. But then again, like, Bianca is now obviously pregnant. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. So you can't really hold a championship on Jay for like another year and a half plus. That'd be ridiculous. That's why I'm a big fan of Jay Cargill. So, but I think this title needed a reset. This title really needed a reset. So putting on Rhea Ripley, I think is not bad. I think it's just like, was sabotaged already? No. It's not already just some say because of better wrestlers holding this championship. It's like a Tiffany Stratton's ring. I mean, to say an example for that one. Like, she's a great pro wrestler. And she didn't get anything with this championship. Then she lost to the Jade, even worse to a wrestler. I also think she's a more megastar power to her. And now back to Rhea Ripley. And he's what, her first reign as a WWE Women's Champion? Now, obviously, I'm not including the SmackDown and Women's World titles. That's just for Raw stuff or slash SmackDown either point. But I think this is what Rhea Ripley's fifth championship world title? Or sixth, one or the other? Is it fifth or sixth? Well, one or the other, people. It doesn't even freaking matter. But this match this impressed me a lot, bro. This is the highlight of the whole feud. And ain't even particularly even close. I didn't like Evil Sky being involved. Potentially, it's just this woman just last year. When it was WrestleMania 41 for Night 2 and this night Pacific. As a WWE Women's World Champion. And now she's just helping, and she came out of that as a winner. And now, a year later, she's just helping Rhea win the championship. Against who she was wrestling, Rhea and Bianca last year. Not gonna get a year has passed by, now she's close friends, I get that. This to me, this doesn't look ridiculous to you? Io Sky couldn't get on WrestleMania pure point blank period. Because again, I'm gonna do a fucking run-in to help against 2.0 baddies. Medium and B-Fab. Like, dude, come on. Doesn't that sound ridiculous to you people? That's just Triple H for you. You can't really blame Rhea or Jay with this at all. You can't blame them at all. It's just Triple H created for you in 2026. But this was a very good match. It's probably the best I've seen Jay look in her whole WWE run. Hopefully, there's some continuing stuff with this probably outside of title picture from now on, probably. Does she move over to Raw? That's a question. So actually, Rhea Ripley's now holding the WWE Women's Championship. Probably like, but then again, if she goes to Raw, it'd be a heel versus heel with Liv Morgan. Like, I don't think she go in the title picture. I'm just saying in general for the fact. So maybe she sticks on SmackDown for a little while. Who knows? Maybe she wins back the title. I highly doubt that'll be the case, but still, could definitely be impossible though if you ask me. But after this night, this was a pretty good match. If you ask me, give it a B+. Yep, B+ to agree with Rhea Ripley and Jay Cargill for the Women's Championship. No, that's by far the worst thing on this show, though. Danhausen, I wish you would curse the Night 1 card for WrestleMania 42. Danhausen curses WrestleMania 42 Night 1. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I read that completely wrong. Danhausen, in all seriousness, ruins The Miz and Kit Wilson's WrestleMania 42 moment with John Cena. C-. Did you care, ladies and gentlemen? I get what they're trying to do. They want to get Danhausen on the show, have a comedy segment. I get that. I understand that. But it was this one, but probably just the night to do it, but probably not and compare night. Imagine this was on Night 1, though. Imagine this shit was on Night 1. Oh my god, that make it that even show overall show great even worse. Probably even worse of a grade, honestly, than what I put on here. But at least it's on Night 2, and they had a pretty good matches to begin with. Like, all the matches delivered up to this point. So they were willing to put a comedy segment in the middle of the ring, and fine, this would be the time to do so. But I just don't care, honestly. I really don't care. All the talent on the show, you have, and missing on the show, like Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton, Julia, Asuka, most of the women's division. And then you have, like, wow, who else was missing on the card? Like, you get the gist, obviously. This Io and Asuka couldn't even get a champion, couldn't even be in the card, period. We gotta have Danhausen's comedy segment on the show. That just is the only critique I have for this, and besides, it's the stupidity involved with this shit. At least she'll give this John Cena to not actually be physical, obviously. I'll give that, honestly. But it's just weird to me. It's just weird seeing John Cena in a suit, bro. Or is it just me? It's probably just me. I've never seen Cena in suits before. But not like in the middle of a pro wrestling ring. That's just bizarre if you ask me. But then again, he's long retiring this authority figure from now on. For at least when he's on television and whatnot. He always did his usual runs to the ring. He didn't do that at all because he was in a freaking suit. You expect him to do his usual entrance with his suit on? That'd be kind of dumb. And kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Oh, jeopardizing his life, honestly, to a point. Or at least injury, honestly. But this shit gets a C-. I just couldn't fucking care at all. But this is a night to put it, I guess, so. Especially the first of the main event. With this incredible main event between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And here we go, man. As you hear a bike blazing down my street again. What else is new? Roman Reigns, the OTC, came out to his head of the table heel version of his Tribal Chief theme song. Kind of shocked by that. Then again, not at the same time. Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 42 Night 2 event, so his final show in this whole WrestleMania. Ends with Roman Reigns defeating CM Punk to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the main event. Another A+, ladies and gentlemen. The opening match, and now your closing match on both WrestleMania Night 2 is an A+. For respecting matches. These two were literally freaking nailing each other all they had. I was invested. First of all, it's a Roman Reigns and CM Punk match. How can anyone not be invested? Especially on WrestleMania. This was just freaking phenomenal. With like the outside stuff. I was surprised this didn't end with any like clusterfuck. I was stunned by that. With no Usos, no like CM Punk, someone helping Punk here. Nothing happened. All that shenanigans. It was two men having a good old wrestling match in the main event of WrestleMania. I was stunned by that. Like the last last 3-4 years. Maybe I was thinking it's 3 because what 39, 40, and 41. We had some outside shenanigans tonight too. We had some shenanigans. But I think the last time we had a full start like WrestleMania 40 for Night 2 event, that was like not even like outside shenanigans. I think it was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. That shit was ass. I mean, WrestleMania 38. Oh god, don't remind me of that shit. Fucking awful that was. But 39, he had the Usos get involved with Sami Zayn and Costa and Solo Sikoa, obviously. Hulk Costa and Cody Rhodes, Undisputed Universal Championship. Then at 40, y'all know what happened with that. And 41 last year with John Cena and Travis Scott bullshit. Yeah, I prefer not be reminded of that shit. But it's the 1 year anniversary of that shit happening. Oh, God. Oh, God. No, thank you. What way it makes Cena win his 17th World Championship with the help of Travis fucking Scott, and that is it. Awful booking, if you ask me. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the better one, honestly, a year later. Roman Reigns and CM Punk. No shenanigans. It was a one-on-one fair match. And Roman Reigns, in the end, becomes the brand new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, here's the question I gotta ask. Is he a hypocrite? Remember, all the things he's been saying about the World Heavyweight Champion when he was the undisputed WWE Champion, is he a hypocrite? No shit, the man is a fucking hypocrite. No shit, now he's a World Heavyweight Champion a couple years later. No shit, he's a hypocrite for saying that. Y'all freaking, anyone with 2 eyeballs would know that. But this is why professional wrestling is superior. It doesn't matter if you're a hypocrite or not, bro. That's the glory in professional wrestling. I mean, most times you'll be with brilliancy. Like this does not mind being a hypocrite. Roman Reigns is the type of guy who would be a freaking hypocrite at times. Unless I'm a fan towards the man. I'm coming from a diehard fan myself. Even when he's Roman Reigns, the babyface big dog Roman Reigns fan, right here, honestly. I can admit, the guy sometimes can be a hypocrite. But hey, you can't blame him. This match is fucking incredible, bro. Arguably by the match of the year so far in 2026. I am definitely saying that right now. This is the match of the year in 2026, at least by far up to this point. Granted, it's been not fun matches at all. It's been good wrestling matches. Just booking sucks, but you get the point. What is this like? Does this make Roman look like a hypocrite? Of course it makes Roman a hypocrite. He shit all over the World Heavyweight Championship just 3 to 4 years ago. When his title was created. This is the B-list championship. And now he's holding it. Is he a hypocrite? Sure. Like, no shit, the man is a hypocrite. Of course. But you can't complain. Like, this match is freaking fun. I'm not even just complaining about that. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm just looking at how phenomenal this match was. Obviously, Reigns and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Do I like it being on a part-timer? But then, yeah, I heard Roman Reigns, like, was it a press post-show media scrum or something like that? Or something. I heard something with this. That he's going to be on television more times in the summer. Granted, if he stays true to that, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen if he stays true to that, but still. We shall wait. He's going to be on Raw tonight, obviously. You need to know she's going to be on Raw tonight. The Raw to me, he was on it last year to us as well, so he's of course be on Raw tonight. But honestly, I think he'll stick around for at least until the summer. Maybe drop his championship at SummerSlam. Against who, I don't know. We'll wait and find out. Maybe against Obafemi. Maybe it's against Gunther. What I heard is there's two opponents will be coming on in the summer. It's Gunther and Obafemi. That is freaking great to hear. Because obviously you've never seen any of those opponents against Roman Reigns. That's freaking great to hear. Gunther's probably one to probably lose against Roman, but I don't think he should be losing anytime soon, per se. But hey, at least he gets a fun feud for Roman Reigns and something fresh for Roman to go against. Especially when he's the World Heavyweight Champion. But I love this match. The match was freaking phenomenal. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the main event of WrestleMania for Night 2. Or WrestleMania 42 for Night 2. And that's all in all, this WrestleMania was freaking great, bro. By fucking far better than Night 1. It ain't even freaking close. This main event is an A+. Now, it's the overall show grade for WWE WrestleMania 42 for Night 2 is a B+. It should be higher, but then again, you had the Danhausen bullshit, so I'm probably doing this showdown and be something like a B+. But hey, it's better than Night 2! Better than SmackDown for sure, too! This was a great WrestleMania 42 night, too, honestly. Great night for sure. That is your WrestleMania poll reviews for both Night 1 and Night 2. They won for yesterday's WrestleMania for Night 1. Now, obviously, Night 2 is all concluded, and whole WrestleMania 42 is now in the books. And thank y'all for staying tuned with me, obviously. I didn't get picked for limits picks after this, and I apologize drastically for that one, obviously. I mean, at WrestleMania 42 for Night 2, I didn't get any picks about my predictions on that. I deeply apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Just had a lot of personal shit happen in my life about yesterday and somewhat some forth to say at least. But anyways, until next time, and trust and definitely next time, everybody. Peace out, buddy. I'm out here. Love y'all big time to say absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking me on this WrestleMania great weekend to say the least.